for 2023 is the Springfield Echelon. The striker-fired polymer frame pistol features Springfield's new variable interface system for mounting multiple optic footprints and the serialized cog fire control for inserting into multiple frames. Find out more at springfield-armory.com.
Hey there, Tundra Nation, and welcome back to the channel. Today on Tundra Tactical, we're going over the 10 ugliest guns you still might be seeing in your local gun stores. But just because they're ugly doesn't mean they aren't fun. You just won't tell anybody about it. So sit back, get out that paper bag, and let's start the show.
Wow, you're ugly.
First up, we have the Steyr, and I know I'm gonna get some heat in the comments for this, but I don't care. The opinions of AUG fanboys, well, they've never bothered me before. This gun is for the guy that was hoping lasers were gonna be a thing in the 2020s like portrayed in early 90s cinema, and the AUG looked kind of like a prototype of what that might be like in real life. In reality, what you got was a gun that was supposed to be more ergonomic and just as effective, but you got neither. This has all the appeal of a Manhattan apartment that has not been updated since it had that Jetsons-inspired makeover in the mid-60s. Ah, yes, the modern pride of revolver fanboys everywhere. No, calm down. We're not talking about the Yankee Marshal. We are, however, talking about the venerable, not really, Chiappa Rhino. It doesn't matter which model. These are the pugs of the revolver world. I mean, it just looks like the barrel gets smashed into a brick wall just to make that little rhino horn front sight. And before you get all huffy in the comments section about, but oh, the Rhino has the lower bore axis, so the recoil is different and it's revolutionary. Really, seriously. You honestly should just realize that your precious snub-nosed 9mm abomination is just a bad copy of the Mateba Unica 6 design, and they did it better. If you're gonna try to innovate, at least do it in the more popular semi-auto platforms like Laugo Arms did. This is the favorite gun of unsuccessful fishermen everywhere, the FN-2000, folks. This rifle is about the same size as the one you'd hope to catch someday, and it has the bonus of having the same basic shape. Plus, it's a bullpup, and that configuration always catches my eye in a very not natural kind of way. But on this particular gun, it looks like a certain appendage is sticking out of this Belgian tuna.
That's a dang it.
These apparently have been found being used in Eastern Europe, and I can't imagine more disrespect than to get taken out by a farmer with a full auto flounder.
Oh, this is disgusting. What is that? Is that rancid? Is that a tap dancing crab demon?
Once again, we have a bullpup with the intent of being more ergonomic, but having a manual arm so far from what we are used to and almost every single shooter in the world has done before, it just feels uncomfortable. Now, we all know this list wasn't happening without the mention of the Yeet Cannon. This American-made hybrid of polymer and melted down ensure cans is made to do two things: be affordable and work. And we can say it's affordable. As far as anything else goes, well, you can see how it worked out in this situation.
I want to be ninja.
I mean, let's be honest here, folks. There is nothing appealing about this thing outside of the price. If you've ever been to Vegas, though, you'll know that the lowest price option is definitely not the one you want to be looking at. The slide is oversized, like the forehead of that one kid from high school that used to bite people when he got loose.
I'm in danger.
Holding one makes you feel dirty, but you know, there's no water hot enough or scrubber coarse enough for you to forget when that happened to you. If you said to me that there was a pistol that was half the price of a High Point, I'd imagine something equally as dumb, horrible, and pointless as the Altor 9. This is a single-shot pistol that looks like a cheap dollar store glue gun, folks. It's also what happens when you let the grandson of the CEO be the head of the R&D team and uses second-grade drawing skills to dictate company policy. You can also get this in 380 if the 9mm recoil is too much for you, but I'd suggest against it, as the only real use that I can see is to dispatch animals on a farm at close contact ranges. As far as fit and finish goes, this really has none to speak of, and I can honestly say that I've seen more craftsmanship on the facial jewelry of a Hot Topic employee. It's a good one, Kush. Have you ever played that game where you try to draw something from memory, but you just end up getting kind of close and also hilariously wrong at the same time? Well, I'm pretty sure that's how the Armscore M1600 SA was designed. This 22 caliber training rifle resembles the BattleBit version of an AR-15. Well, Kind of. There's basically nothing aesthetically pleasing about this. I mean, the length of pull looks awful, and it literally looks like it was slapped together with rejected parts from a real knockoff company.
Sick burn.
But at least it has those sling loops for all those LARPers in the band states that can have 10-round 22s look like a scary black rifle. The only gun on this list to look more fake than the Altor 9 is the Zip 22. This gun was clearly made on a bet as a meme because when you have the Premier 22 channel call it the worst gun of all time, well folks, that's saying something.
Oh, this is the worst gun ever made.
This is what you get when you ask the AI bot to design you a 22 caliber pistol based on a rifle that looks like a tuna fish. Instead of being some small, cool stealth pistol, it's more like that one guy from high school that doesn't wear shoes now, but always had a guitar with him because he's always down for a jam session. All right, this one is gonna get me some hate, I can guarantee it, but it's gotta be said, folks, and that is all underfolder AKs. Yes, I said it, and yes, I mean it. I don't care if it's a vibe for you guys to shoot an underfolder. It doesn't look comfortable to shoot. The 7.62 round isn't that bad, but it's not the most fun thing to shoot all day long. But now with the metal stock digging into you with every shot you take, no thank you. That's a young man's game. Now, I know this is the most old manny statement of all time, but to me, if something doesn't look comfortable, then it doesn't look good. Oof. There, I said it. If you don't believe me, try picturing your ideal woman, now add her smiling, and her teeth are huge and come to sharp points. Not nearly as comfortable, and not so pretty now, is it? Here we go again with Chiappa, and this time it's for the Little Badger. This little fold-up survival rifle crafted from spare parts wrestled away from the Kel-Tec raccoons is the epitome of I drew something on a napkin while drunk, so let's make it.
God help us all.
This design seems so basic, I'm almost surprised it wasn't made by Altor. Actually, to my surprise, it was worked up by the redheaded stepchild of a meth cook and resembles a coat hanger because that's all the physical contact he had with his parents growing up. Next up is the bigger, uglier version of the Yeet cannon. Here we have the High Point carbine. This is without a doubt one of the ugliest 9mm carbines anywhere on the market. High Point heard the criticisms of their pistols and how they looked, and like a true Ohio company, doubled down and designed something bigger and uglier with the same gravel pit trigger and toast to go with the jams. Fun fact even, if you find their secret custom shop website, you can send in your own beer cans for them to smelt down into your own receiver. If you can't find it, then just call them and tell them that you saw it on a Tundra video. I'm sure they'll be happy to help you out. All right, here we have the most controversial one by far. Any factory Glock. I mean, they're so plain and simple, they're just ugly. It's what you get when you let a 6-year-old make a gun out of Legos. You basically get the exact same look as a Glock. They're just bricks, sometimes in a little peanut butter color. Whoop-de-doo. I've never seen a brick on the side of the road and thought, hey, that's a good looking brick. Trust me, I live near Minneapolis. I'm a brick expert at this point. Tell me in the comments why I'm wrong. Oh yeah, and by the way, subscribe.